Now, why does it feel like it's been a minute since we've heard from Sexyy Red? And for some people, that's for the best. Because with the recent internet shenanigans she's been involved in, it's never been more clear that she's sure to stir up controversy, whether she's trying or not. But she might have a new hit single brewing too, and maybe a rebrand. Let's talk about it. But first, welcome to the channel. Hey, hi, what's up with it? I'm C, and I do rap and pop culture commentary. So if you're into that, subscribe and hit the like button. Now, Sexyy, where have you been? Maybe it's because many of the mainstream female rap artists have been cooling down since the busy summer of album drops. But one artist I feel like I haven't really been seeing is Sexyy Red. And it's crazy because there are so many new artists who have been popping up for the past 2 or 3 years, and people have been predicting that they will eventually fizzle out. That is, unless they find a reason to stay popular, especially online. And Sexyy Red is one that has always been in that category, but I think she has something up her sleeve with one of her newest collaborations, but we'll talk about that in just a second. The last I heard of Sexyy was a few months ago, when the internet was absolutely clowning her for low ticket sales, which caused her to cancel some dates on her Sexyy for President tour. And while I thought she should have stuck to being an opener, at least for another year or so. She seems like a pretty perfect artist to hype up a crowd before the main artist takes stage, at least for now. But if anything, this situation showed no matter how popular you are on the internet or even in the streets and the clubs, when it comes to being an artist, you can truly get humbled at any time. And it's best to just take your L, keep it pushing, and find a lane that works for you. So fast forwarding to the present day, of course she would get tied up in some shenanigans on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, right before she's set to drop a new song. This week, Sexyy Red took to Twitter to share an AI-generated image of her holding hands with MLK as they stared in each other's eyes, and I'm pretty sure this is a club in the background. And y'all, I swear, AI continues to feel creepier and creepier to me. Clearly in this case, I know it's not real, but if we're gonna use AI for anything, why something like this? While I'm sure that Sexyy had no ill intent sharing this image online, MLK's daughter, Bernice King, was not having it, and she took to Twitter to call out Sexyy Red for sharing this post, saying that it was intentionally distasteful and disrespectful to her family and her father, especially as he isn't alive to defend himself. And then she straight up told Sexyy Red that she needed to delete it. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I expected Sexyy Red to have a response with a much harsher tone, but she replied and said that Bernice was not wrong while issuing an apology. In Sexy's eyes, she was doing nothing more than resharing an image that she felt was innocent, and she also pointed out that she did not create the photo, she just found it online and posted it. Now, the craziest thing about this entire ordeal is that the internet immediately took Bernice King's response and twisted it as if she was calling Sexyy Red ratchet or trashy, and that's why she didn't want her posting this. It instantly became a projection of how some people really feel about Sexyy as a person and a brand. And that was the most interesting part to me, because ever since she stepped on the scene, we all know that the number one thing that has made us love Sexyy, hate her, or become totally uninterested in anything she has to offer is the thing that makes her such a unique artist. She's real and ratchet, and really ratchet. Sometimes it's just a little bit too overbearing though, but people in the industry and listeners seem to be really drawn to it, no matter how distasteful it can be perceived. And I gotta say, I have a really weird prediction that in the future, other mainstream artists that aren't strictly in the rap or hip-hop arena are going to be calling on Sexyy Red for music features and collaborations. They're going to be seeking out this originality that she brings. We've already seen her do things like hop on stage and twerk while country singer Zach Bryan performed. I believe he invited her, but I felt a little bit indifferent when it came to that. But I'm talking about we're going to see some Sexyy Red, the rock star, the pop star, and everything in between. And the first step that comes with breaking into different genres feels like it's starting with this whole Bruno Mars collaboration that she has, which is set to drop this week, that both Sexyy and Bruno have been teasing with the hashtag FJW. Wow, I just learned that stands for fat, juicy, and wet. And I even managed to find some clips and photos of what this music video will look like, featuring Lady Gaga and Rosé of Blackpink, two artists that have recently collaborated with Bruno Mars and created smash hits. Literally, Bruno had Die with a Smile, featuring Lady Gaga, and Opt with Rosé, both of which went platinum and have climbed to the top of the Billboard 100. So it's truly no surprise that Bruno has been out here looking for Sexyy Red for a strip club anthem, and it looks like they got in touch. We all know that Bruno Mars is a hit maker, and one thing for sure is that when he hops on a track, especially with a rap artist, it has the ability to blow up. I'm sure y'all remember Please Me with Cardi B, and maybe it's just me, but around this time, Cardi B was branching out to new sounds from only using rap tracks. She was doing Latin, pop music, and this crossover was very beneficial to her career. I've said it before, but I'm always a fan of women in rap music switching up their sounds and even potentially going pop or switching up genres if that means snagging a hit single. I think it's great for widening your fan base and gaining more opportunities. You can always continue to do rap music in the meantime. Now, it might be a little bit harder for Sexyy, right? She is a acquired Kool-Aid taste, but hopping on a track with Bruno Mars, where we will potentially see her, I don't know, twerking with Lady Gaga, is a power move for her career. This is really why we see so many artists, especially new ones, fizzling out, because nobody wants to branch out. Artists are really dropping the same albums and the same songs back to back, and after a while, that's really how I felt about Sexyy Red. If anything, I hope this song is successful, maybe even a rebrand. I would love a Sexyy Red rebrand. I know somebody out there is probably saying, how you gonna rebrand that? But I'm not gonna lie, keep the ratchet tendencies. Maybe tweak it a little, tone it. Glorilla is the perfect example of bringing this whole hood rap girl shit global, right? She really made it work and twerk. But let me know what you think. Are you up for seeing pop girl Sexyy Red? Do you think she's capable of doing a little bit of a rebrand? Or is her music just a no-go for you? And whether you enjoy her music or not, I would love to know why. She was definitely a bit off-putting for me at first, but I feel like I found a track or two in the Sexyy Red ratchet catalog that works for me. I just want more R&B sexy, like You My Everything. I have a feeling that she'll be dropping something like that soon, especially after her appearance on Summer Walker's podcast, Over It Radio. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.